Good evening, everybody. I want to welcome you all to today's wonderful program. Namaskar, shalom, ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys. My name is Jitu France, and I'm the founder and managing director at Hello Dubai and Bin Ali Tours. I welcome you today to the Dubai Expo 2020 presentation and a lot more. Now, before beginning today's program, I want to thank you for taking out your precious time and being a part of this event in such a short notice. 2020 for everyone was indeed a very, very stressful year. For all of us, especially because travel industry was and is still the most badly affected industry. And especially the second wave that took over the last few months in 2021 turned out to be the most distressful period where we saw thousands lose their precious lives. We lost so many friends, we lost so many associates, we lost so many partners and fellow human beings. It was really a painful 4 to 5 months that we've just been through. Now, can I request all of you who've signed in to take a moment, maybe a few seconds, to pause in silence, and shall we pray for the ones who lost their lives and for their family members to receive strength and peace to cope with their day-to-day lives. So maybe we can just take a moment and remember everyone who's gone too fast and for those who've lost their loved ones. A moment in silence, please. Thank you. Thank you for your patience, and I really appreciate it a lot. And now let me tell you what's going to be the flow for today's event. The flow for today's event, I'll be starting off by giving you a quick, brief intro of Bin Ali and Hello Dubai, and then on for an amazing Expo 2020 presentation by none other than Conrad Gomes, followed by a special message from the man who needs no introduction. He actually introduced Dubai to the Indian travel trade, none other than Carl Vaz. And then we have a raffle draw. We have a raffle draw for 20 winners. We planned 10 winners, but now the audience has been amazing. The number of participants, we've gone more than our expectations. So we'll be having 20 lucky winners who will win entry tickets to the Expo 2020. And that raffle draw will be held at the end of the program. We'll also be happy to answer questions at the end of this event. So while the presentations are going on, I would require everyone to kindly be on mute. You're anyways on mute, so I appreciate that. And if you have questions while the presentation is going on, please type them in the chat box only. So let me not waste any more time, but let's just quickly get on to our presentation. I hope everyone, if you can see the screen right in front of you. So now here comes our presentation. Bin Ali Tours, Hello Dubai, been your DMC in Dubai since 2011. For many of you who do not know about us, and for those who know, this is going to be a right time for me to give you a recap and a re-intro of what we do. Like everyone else, this pandemic has taught us bitter but better lessons in life. We've all gone through very, very tough times. The wind was strong against all of us. But I love this wonderful phrase which says, an airplane with all of its weight, the cargo, passengers, fuel, and everything loaded together, an airplane can only take off against the wind and not with it. We have all been parked for many months, and now it's time to get ready. Boarding will start soon. We have to be on the taxiway, soon heading to the main runway. And when we get onto that runway, it's full throttle and take off again into the beautiful skies when nothing seems impossible. And we've just done the same. It was time. We were also parked just like every one of you and many of you. We were also parked, but it's time now for us to get going. So we decided to do four things. We decided to renovate our business channels. So we renovated our business channels. We reinvented our business model. We restructured the entire operational flows. And here we are reconnecting with you now. This is the company all about. Ben Ali was established and incorporated in Dubai since 2011. Hello Dubai is actually the online portal and marketing arm for Ben Ali Tours. We also launched the World Travel and Business Academy, which is offering programs that provide the necessary skills to give you a competitive advantage edge to be successful in the travel industry. That's not all. We've also decided to launch a new destination very soon. It's called Saudi Arabia. We've got a very beautiful portal and a website that is being constructed right now. It's called hellosaudia.com. Exclusive packages to Saudi Arabia for leisure, family, business, and groups. We've already got packages ready, which we'll also send out to you day after tomorrow. United Arab Emirates, the place where we were born, the place that gave us everything, is where our heart would always be. And our core business is hotel reservations and all-inclusive holiday packages. When it comes to hotel reservations, we are contracted directly with all the hotels that we deal in order to have the best dynamic and static rates, which means we have access to loads of direct inventory at great prices. All you got to do is try our rates once. All-inclusive holiday packages, we've been creating all-inclusive, wonderful holiday packages all the way from 2011, from city break, city packages, city and beach combos, city and desert combos, and a lot of such packages, including event-based packages like what we have for the Expo 2020. Whether it's a budget package, luxury, or ultra luxury, you'll always find an attractive package with us. These are some of the hotels that we're dealing with directly, contracted directly, and we offer the best prices that's available. All of the address hotels, MR properties, we contracted directly with them. We have very special deals with Palazzo Versace, Sofitel, Rotana, Delta, of course, Burj Al Arab, and all of these other hotels, including Atlantis. We've got Manzil, Jumeirah, Novotel, Sofitel, even Qasr Al Sarab and Bab Al Shams. They're one of the best-selling properties for us nowadays. We have created some very special curated itineraries for Expo 2020. And some of these itineraries would be explained in detail by Conrad, but let me just give you a quick cap of what we have. We've got exclusive Expo 2020 tour itineraries, whether it's for business tours, whether it's leisure tours, student and university tour itineraries, you call it for families and couple tour itineraries, or even special interest itineraries. We've got them all ready for our partners to promote and to sell. Our unique signature combo packages, apart from the Expo packages, also include a multiple combo between Dubai City and Abu Dhabi City combo packages. We've got Dubai City and Abu Dhabi Yas Island combos, Dubai City with Dubai Parks, Dubai City with a Palm Jumeirah, Dubai City with Beach Resort, Dubai City with Desert Resort, and we're also launching our multi-country packages, which is Dubai and Israel combo. For the very first time. We're about to launch that soon. Maybe by next week, Monday, these packages will be out. So we've got Dubai and Israel combo. We're doing Dubai and Turkey combo. And now very soon, we're coming up with Dubai and Saudi Arabia combo. You know, there's a saying, if you haven't seen Saudi Arabia, you haven't seen Arabia. So we're trying to bridge that gap and bring packages and bring that destination closer to you. I want you to also try some of our highlights and high-end products, which is a Range Rover Desert Safari. I'm just going to play a very short 20-second video for you to have a look at. The best part of it is that the safari that you just saw, these safaris are not done in Land Cruisers, but in Range Rovers. So your clients would basically enjoy a luxury desert safari in a Range Rover SUV. And I think it's time we need to offer some of these amazing products to our clients. It's time for renovation. So I think we all better renovate our packages as well. We also have amazing prices and rates for luxury transfers, which includes Rolls-Royce, BMW, Porsche, Mercedes, Audi, and Bentleys. They are really affordable. They are not expensive. And we've already tried it. We've been promoting it. We've been selling it for the last 2 years. So I think it would be a very good opportunity for you to take this on further. Air charters. We started off with air charters in the last 2 months. Ever since passenger jet movements were banned completely from India to the UAE, that was when we saw an immediate surge and a high peak of requirements for private charters. We ventured into it. We were successful enough to complete about 5 charters, and that gave us the confidence that we can still provide charter services, and why not use this for leisure towards maybe in the future as well. So if you're looking at an air charter requirement, do feel free to get in touch. We can offer you a very good deal. We are also promoting self-drive luxury cars in Dubai. So if you have a guest or a client who has an international driving license, which is available in India, and they can just go up, we can book them a car, they can have a self-driving experience, or if they do not have an international driving license and yet want to have that feel of sitting in a Ferrari or a Bugatti or whatever, it's possible because a chauffeur will drive them down. The prices will be further cheaper because they're not having a self-drive option, but we would recommend that you could go ahead and sell these products as well, promote them within your market. Our other services include aerial tours and transfers. We offer seaplane and helicopter tours and transfers. We do stretch limousines, 12, 14, 18, 22, and 25 seaters. We have luxury yachts, shared and private sailing both in Dubai, self-drive sports and luxury cars, which you saw. We also offer UAE visas. We also offer RT-PCR testing in Dubai hotels. So if you have an FIT or a group or whomsoever is going to be checking in, maybe once everything is reopened, we can offer RT-PCR testings in the hotels for your guests at their leisure time, so they don't have to go to the clinic. We've signed up with 2 renowned hospitals. Lab technicians would go to the hotel at their leisure time of the guest, collect the samples, and those reports are emailed or WhatsApped to your guest, who in return can even print it out and take it to the airport when they have to depart. We organize transfers, whether it's a sedan for 2, a coach for 10 to 500. Educational tours. If you're looking at a student group or if you have a university group that wants to travel to Dubai on an educational tour, then we have signed up with American University, the Emirates Academy of Hospitality Management, Hamdan bin Mohammed Smart University, and Amity University. So we can get you connected. We can have your student groups visit these universities, maybe even attend a class or a presentation by the universities and experience what it is to have their education in Dubai. We handle all sorts of groups and MICE activities from 10 to 1,000 passengers, depends on the requirements. We also arrange weddings. So if you have any wedding requirements, we'd be more than happy to organize them for you. I think that's all with our presentation for Hello Dubai and Bin Ali. So I would definitely, surely look forward to working with all of you very, very soon. And now I am going to hand over the controls to Conrad. Conrad, I have made you the co-host already, so maybe you can come in and Conrad will take over and introduce you to Dubai Expo 2020, giving you all the required information that you need and how you could promote. Uh, Conrad, are you there?
I'm there very much here, Jitu. Hello, everybody. Good evening. First, I would like to thank Jitu for giving us this opportunity to present Expo to all your key members. And I would like to introduce myself. I'm from the India Representative Office of Expo 2020. I will just like to share my screen before I start the presentation. Just give me a moment. Jitu, can you see my screen? I guess everyone else would be able to do so.
Yes, go ahead.
Since some of you must have already attended or seen this presentation in the past, I will quickly take you through these slides. This presentation after the webinar will be shared with all of you through G2's office, whereby you could go through the content leisurely. The Dubai Expo 2020 will be hosted from 1st of October 2021 to 31st March 2022. The main theme for the Expo is Connecting Minds, Creating the Future. The World Expo is the greatest gathering and mega event in history that attracts more visitors than even the FIFA World Cup and the Olympic Games. World Expos are hosted every 5 years in cities around the world. The first Expo was held in London in the year 1851. Past Expos have seen countries showcase innovations revealed to the world for the first time. Some examples are the ice cream cone. It was first revealed at the St. Louis in Missouri in US in 1904. The first mobile phone was also revealed at the Osaka in Japan in 1970. The first humanoid robot was showcased at Nagoya in Japan in 2005. History is going to be rewritten once again at the Dubai Expo 2020, when new innovations would be showcased to the world for the first time. This is the first World Expo to be held in the Middle East, Africa, and South Asia area. There are more than 200 participants from countries, multilateral organizations, educational establishments, and companies. For the first time in World Expo history, one country would be provided one pavilion. In the past expos, there have been sometimes 2 or even more countries that would share a pavilion, but this time it's going to be one country, one pavilion. There would be 20,000 international media who would be providing on-site as well as remote coverage for the entire expo. Who is this expo for? Everyone. Whoever you are, whether it's families, couples, friends, business travelers, or students. Whatever you are, whatever you love, there is something for you all at the expo. You name it, whether it's food, entertainment, culture and heritage, technology, health and wellness, art, science, education, history, or even sustainability. You will find it all over here. This is the expo site or the site map of the expo. It is massive and it's conveniently located between Dubai and Abu Dhabi and thus easily accessible to all visitors. It's so massive that it is the size of twice of Monaco. You can imagine it, a size which is 2 times of a small country. It's equivalent to 600 football pitches, and for cricket lovers, if you could say, it is about 400 cricket grounds. The entire site is divided into 4 main areas. Number 1 is the Al Plaza, which is right in the center. Then we have 3 districts, which are in the form of petals. This is the mobility district, marked in blue. The sustainable district, marked in green, and the opportunity district, marked in yellow. Each of the countries that are participating at the Expo who have chosen the specific theme, and based on these themes, they are located at a certain district. For example, USA has chosen mobility as their theme, so they are located at the mobility district. India is part of the opportunity district. Number 4 that you see here is the Dubai Expo 2020 route, which is the Expo 2020 metro station, which will bring passengers straight into the Dubai Expo. And number 3, this portion that you can see here is the Dubai Exhibition Center. We will go into more details on this in the following slides. Now I will show you a short video which will give you a bird's eye view of how the site looks like. I hope the sound was audible to all.
Yes.
I'm now moving to another video, which was our May campaign on what to expect at Expo 2020. We will be sharing all these videos as well as the presentation, which you could share on your social media platform. These will be shared to you through G2's office once this webinar is over.
Come for the greatest global gathering in history, with countries from all over the world. Discover the world's most inventive ideas. See devices that extract water from air, concrete that generates solar power, and the most sensitive radio telescope ever made. Marvel at the world's most inspiring architecture. Step into structures that produce electricity, spaces that change shape, and buildings that send messages to space. Experience the world's greatest entertainment with local and international stars, live concerts, and colorful parades. Take in inspirational art, sample exotic cuisines, and witness more than 190 countries and cultures come together in one place. Join the making of a new world.
As we spoke about the world's most inventive ideas, the entire team of Expo is connecting minds, creating the future, based on 3 sub-themes of mobility, opportunity, and sustainability. And as you have seen in the map, each of these themes have a hero pavilion, which is the Expo Zone pavilion. The mobility and the sustainability pavilion will be part of the District 2020 even after the Expo closes. The sustainability pavilion, as some of you would have visited during the preview in January, is going to be transformed into a children's science museum. And the mobility pavilion too is going to become a museum, a science museum. Let's explore the 2020 pavilions. This is the picture of the UAE pavilion, which is one of the largest country pavilions on site, and it will showcase the history of UAE right from the pearl diving days to the future and the Hope probe missions to Mars. Architecturally, the structure has been designed to represent a falcon taking flight. Each of the country pavilions have a unique journey that have been curated. For example, in Comoros, children will be able to play with the humpback whale. In Germany, you will be able to listen to robots playing Beethoven. In China, you will be able to meet and interact with aliens. This again is the description of the thematic pavilion. I will go through these quickly. This is basically a quick summary about what each country is offering. Against the country, their name is highlighted in a certain color, which tells you which district they are part of. The blue signifies mobility. The orange signifies opportunity, while the green signifies sustainability. You could use this to plan and prepare your itinerary accordingly. India, this building over here, as you can see, is going to be showcasing within the Opportunity Pavilion. This is a 4-story building. India's pavilion will show India's diversity, ancient treasures, achievements, and leading opportunities with cutting-edge technology. As you can see, each country, each pavilion has a very unique design and a very unique journey. So for example, you could walk through Monaco's multi-sensory journey. In Singapore, you could explore urban innovations in the net zero environment. And if you go to Seychelles, you will be able to see and take part in a cleverly designed treasure hunt. At the Suriname Pavilion, which is the smallest independent country in South America, you would be able to walk through shimmering waterfalls and dark jungles. Apart from countries, we also have organizations that have their own pavilions. We have the African Union, who have their own pavilion. We have the Women's Pavilion. We have the GCC Pavilion. And we also have our partners, such as Emirates and DP World, who have their own pavilions. At the Emirates Pavilion, you could experience the future of commercial aviation and engage with future technologies and innovations in air travel. Some of the most interesting architecture we have is the Al Wasl Dome, which you have seen in the video previously. It's the world's largest 360-degree projection surface, and it will have various immersive shows throughout the day. Entertainment. Entertainment, again, there is something for everyone. Whether you are a youth, you are a business traveler, or a leisure traveler, you have entertainment ranging from concerts to theaters, to sports, to music festivals, and also roving entertainments throughout during the 6-month spectacle. This was a B2C video last year.
You weren't there. You weren't there when humans conquered fire, when they wore animal skin attire or invented the bicycle tire. You weren't there when they created algebra, built the pyramids in Giza, or painted the Mona Lisa. You weren't there when they first made paper or built the amphitheater, when they calculated gravity or made flying reality. You weren't there when they composed the classics or discovered antibiotics, made the mechanical clock, or taught the world to rock. But you could be there and with your own eyes witness new acts of human genius. Be there to see the alliance of art, music, fashion, and science. See a futuristic festival filled with ideas new and radical. Performances magical in a 6-month-long spectacle. This you can't afford to miss. It's the best of humankind in the greatest show of our time.
So, what can you expect of Expo? The different elements of programming, right from storytelling, social engagement, cultural exchange, emotional connection, and even intellectual curiosity. This is an overview of the programming, and these are basically new slides that we have added on. A lot of questions being answered about what type of programming and event calendars we have been looking at. So we have each participant, which is a country, having their own programming in place for their national days, their festivals. Apart from that, their official opening and closing ceremonies, live performances each day, immersive experiences, and special experiences for families and children. These are some examples of countries where you have Senegal, Malaysia, Morocco, Hungary, and New Zealand, which will bring about their own tradition and culture through brilliant cultural performances, theater, art, music, and dances. Special days. We have basically 5 special days. We start with Diwali in November. So the entire site is going to be celebrating Diwali like you have never seen before. We have the Golden Jubilee, which is going to be celebrated for 1 month, where UAE completes 50 years. Then we have Christmas and the Lunar New Year, which is the Chinese New Year in February. And finally, Mother's Day, that would be celebrated in March. Apart from that, we have thematic weeks, which is here towards your business travelers, which will feature global leaders and game changers giving TED-style talks. There would also be exhibitions, forums, and workshops for special topics or disciplines. So for the MICE travelers and business travelers, you can use these dates as the guide as to when they would like to visit. It would go for a week, for the entire week. We will have programming and events based on these themes. Then we have international days, such as World Food Day, Human Rights Day, World Wildlife Day, and so on, which will be celebrated throughout during the 6 months of the Expo. This is a new slide, which many of you would have not seen it before. It is the calendar of the national days where each day, each country will be the hero of that day and they will be celebrated with immersive shows, a spectacular procession and events at Al Basel, along with playing of the national anthem, even within their own pavilions. In January, 26th of January, coincides with the Republic Day. India will also be celebrating its National Day at the Expo. Live performances. We have the Jalsat music nights, Monday movie nights, rowing entertainment. There will always be something to get excited about with a jam-packed program of live performances, including world famous stars, comedy greats, local talents, and touring attractions. As I spoke earlier about immersive experiences at the Al Basel, people can come and enjoy various immersive and projections, light and sound shows on one of the largest projection structures in the world. This is fun for family and children, where we have a mascot, Rashid and Latifa's World and Al Wasil, along with their three robot friends, where children will enjoy as they explore the expo site. Basically, this is linked to the Expo app, which is currently under development, where children can actually log in to the Expo app and find hidden treasures throughout the site and earn rewards for that. Food and beverages. For food and beverages, we have over 200 plus options. You could experience cuisine from all over the world, ranging from Greek to Argentinian, Australian fusion to Spanish, French, Mexican, Emirati, Indian, and more. You can get everything at the expo site. You could pick from 100 plus venues for every taste. Apart from that, rather from the standard food trucks and food halls, you could also have augmented reality experiences being served by robots, and Michelin star food chefs will be presenting food at very, very affordable rates for everyone to enjoy. Business. While being a spectacular entertainment destination, Expo 2020 offers fantastic opportunities for business. For your business travelers and incentive travelers, we can arrange business activities, team activities, and social activities. So if you have any such groups that are looking to visit during the expo time, please feel free to reach out to us via Hello Dubai Urban Ali, and we are happy to support in any way we can. We have the Dubai Exhibition Center co-located with Expo 2020, which is the world-class venue for conferences and exhibitions, featuring 45 square meters of programmable space, and that also feature 5G connectivity. We also have the 2020 Club by Emaar, which is a more smaller intimate venue at Emaar's Expo Tower, directly overlooking Al Wasil Plaza. Education. For students group, we also have curated journeys. However, I will skip this and share the slides so that you could go through it in detail. Curated itineraries for unforgettable journeys. We have curated journeys because the expo site is so massive that if you just give a ticket to a traveler, they might not really know what to do. So we have curated some journeys based on interests, which will give you a good guideline to target the right customer to what they would want to see at the expo, because we don't want anyone to be without guidance at the expo. So these itineraries can be customized either to a half day or 1 day or the 3-day itinerary. I will go through these very quickly. We have Expo Essentials, which is the basic itinerary. We have Expo for families with family tours and entertainment for children. We have Expo for couples, wherein we have couples coming in and wanting to try out adventurous things. For example, they could go to the Uganda pavilion and experience gorilla trekking, which is quite interesting. They could also experience some innovative future of food for dinner. Then we have Expo for architecture and design. wherein at the Brazil pavilion, one could see how the structure has a striking water feature with a tensile structure that reflects the country's rivers and mangroves. Expo for foodies, where travelers could have unique experiences that cater to their taste while also stimulating their minds. Expo for health and wellness journey. One could learn about smart insoles that monitor foot amputations caused by diabetes at the Argentina pavilion. At the Expo for Mobility, you could learn of the UNICEF drones program, wherein they would be creating humanitarian drone corridors in developing countries to deliver vital medical supplies. At the Expo for Energy, you could experience relevant best practice programs such as the Edible Garden City, where you could learn about buildings, urban farms on rooftops, thus conserving energy and natural resources for feeding communities with sustainable fresh food. At the Expo for Techies and Innovators, learn about agricultural drones fitted with cameras for farmers to monitor and protect their crop, and see transparent solar cells that turn any window or sheet of glass into a means of harvesting clean energy. So this is quite a detailed itinerary. Obviously, they don't have to stick to these itineraries. They can be changed or modified in whatever way they would like it to be. But these are points that can be used. If I come on a one-day trip, what I can see, how I can make the best of my journey. Some practical information. Expo 2020 ticketing. Many of you may have heard that our ticket prices have been revised. We have the one-day ticket that gives access for one full day, priced at 95 dirhams. We earlier had a 3 days pass, which now has been changed to a multi-day pass at a lower cost. Originally, the 3-day pass was priced at 240 dirhams. Now the multi-day pass at 195 dirhams will give access for 30 days from the date of the first entry. Of course, is biometric driven. So on the first day, your biometrics would be taken, so that pass can be used only by that particular person and cannot be transferred to anybody else. Then there is a season pass, which is here towards the domestic audience, which will give access to the site during the entire duration of the expo. And then we have the free of charge passes. So anyone below the age of 18 can come to the expo for free. They will, however, still have to buy the pass, but it's a zero cost ticket. We also have the senior citizen pass. So anyone above 60 years can complimentary access the expo. Persons of determination. It's not necessarily only physical disability. It could also be audiovisual or any kind of impairment that is considered to be a personal determination. They are allowed in free as long as they have a valid ID to be shown at the gate. A person who accompanies a person of determination who is considered a companion are eligible for a 50% discount. And for the student pass, there is no barring of age. So you could be of any age as long as you have a valid student ID, you are entitled to a free access to the expo site. These are some of the COVID-19 measures we have implemented on site. Obviously, these are subject to change based on regulations from Dubai Tourism, but rest assured that we will follow all precautionary and safety measures given to us by the Dubai Health and UAE Ministry of Health. Some of our on-site services for getting to and fro and around. As I spoke earlier about the metro station, which bring passengers and travelers straight into the expo, we have expo rider buses, which is a complimentary shuttle service which will be provided from various spots all over Dubai. And not just Dubai, but even from other Emirates like Abu Dhabi, Fujairah, Ras Al Khaimah, Ajman, Sharjah. Closer to the event, we will be able to share more details on the schedule and the bus stops. And this is a free service for anyone who has the expo ticket can hop on into these buses based on the schedule. Also within the expo site, since the site is so used, we have people mover at fixed designated spot. It is a free shuttle bus service that operates around the perimeter of the expo. There are four main entrances to come into the site. You could enter through the metro station, the opportunity gate, the sustainability gate, and the mobility gate. So if you enter from the mobility gate and you want to go to the opportunity gate, you could use the shuttle service, which will move you there within the site. You could also then board the bus back to return to the mobility gate in case you have your parked your car there at the mobility gate. So this is some of the practical information. I trust you have found it useful. Should you have any question, would be happy to answer.
Thank you so much, Conrad, for this wonderful presentation. Do we have Mr. Carl with us? Oh, I see you there. Just a moment. Perfect. I think we can. You're unmuted now.
Thank you, Jitu, and a pleasure to be on this platform with all of your fellow travel industry partners supporting Hello Dubai. It is a pleasure and honor to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me and Conrad to support the promotions of Dubai Expo through your organization and through our industry partners online. I wish you and Poonam the very best, and all our travel industry partners that are here early this evening, the very best with the coming season. I'm sure the festive season should see some amount of business, or fair amount of business coming back into your offices, and this would be well timed with your push for Dubai Expo. Having gone through the presentation with Conrad, I just like to add one or two points. The most important being that please look at the Expo as an event that supports leisure, business, student, because by next year, hopefully we will have vaccinations done even for students. So the teenager student movement can also be looked at. And of course, the VFR segment. So the Expo caters across the board to travelers, and not only to business travelers, or not only to MICE travelers, right? It is also for leisure. It's also for VFR and so on. It's also a great opportunity that if we are able to secure student movement, then I think it's a great opportunity for student travel as well in the itinerary. That is one. The second point that I wanted to make was that when you're looking at marketing Dubai Expo, you should always keep at the back of your mind that this is this goes into an itinerary, not just for one visit, but you can look at multiple visits. There is a day ticket, and then there is a 30-day ticket, which is as good as buying a 2-day ticket. So, even if you have 2 half days and 1 full day, you're recovering the entire cost of that 30-day ticket. And for those who are staying longer in Dubai, then of course the 30-day ticket is of great value, especially if the VFR segment is catered to. So, I'll just leave you with those two thoughts, and I'm open to take in any other additional questions or thoughts or ideas. But thank you so much, Jitu, and best wishes to you and Poonam always.
Thank you so much, Mr. Carl. Thanks, Conrad. I think before we head on to the Q&A, do we do the raffle draw? Because I think everyone has been so focused and engrossed in the presentation. I want someone to start smiling. So many beautiful faces. Unfortunately, I can't see my own because of the issues that my camera is giving today, but then I would definitely love to see a lot of you smile. So we've got 20 lucky winners who will win 20 tickets to the Expo 2020. So I'm going to share my screen. What we've done is we've got about 523 registrations, but though we have only 13 participants on Zoom right now, I think the others are still watching it on YouTube because I'm streaming it live on my channel as well. A couple of them sent me messages saying that they might not be able to log in on Zoom, so they wanted to be at their own comfort and watch it on another social media handle. So fortunately, we've got YouTube available free for everyone. So it's being streamed there. I'm going to share my screen now. We put in all the names together in this wonderful spin wheel. So let me just share the spin wheel. Okay, you can see the spin wheel right there. We've filtered 478 entries because there were a couple of duplicate registrations as well. Someone registered 3 times and 4 times in 3 days. So that was okay. We managed to filter them. So here we have 478 entries, and we're going to pick 20 lucky winners. Now the spin wheel does it all by itself, so there's no bias. So wish you good luck. Let's click the first one. 3, 2, 1, and go. Here we go. There goes. So I'm just writing down the name quickly, and then that's number 1 for today. Let's remove this lucky winner, and then we'll reshuffle this again. And let's go for the second one now. 3, 2, 1. Just to let you know that we have participants from different countries. We've got friends coming in from Israel who are logged in right now. We've got friends from the Philippines. We've got someone from Africa. So yeah, it's lovely. Let's go with the third one now. Let's take Sonal as number 3. That's lovely. Are you there, Sonal? Do we see you?
I am, but my camera isn't on, Jitu, sorry.
That's okay. I understand it. No one can understand it better than me right now.
Sorry.
Perfect. So let's go with the fourth one now. Let's do shuffling. All right, congratulations, Patricia. And then we go on to the fifth. There? Maybe I don't think he's there. So congratulations to Abhijit. And then we go on with the, you know. Give yourself an entry voucher to the Expo 2020. Number 7, let's give you number 7. Congratulations, let's go on with number 9. Are you there, Azizi? Okay, so congratulations.
Yes, I am here. I am here.
Okay, wonderful. Congratulations, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Let's go with number 10. Just say congratulations to you. Okay. Number 11. Okay, congratulations, even if you're not there. Lucky. Are you watching this program now? Are you with us? Okay, congratulations.
Oh, Deus.
You there? Congratulations here. Let's go with winner number 14. Number 15. Let's shuffle a bit. Let's do some more shuffling. This is winner number 16. Winner number 16. There you can say hi. Number 17. You are winner number 17. Let's go with winner number 18. Winner number And we have two more lucky winners to go. Number 19. Number 19. And we have the last winner for the evening. So let's hope who wins this. If we reshuffle this again. 1, 2, 3, and the 20th today would be so we have 20 winners now. I want to thank you. I'll be sharing the information with those 20 winners very soon. I'll send an email across with your voucher. I'm happy I can see a few smiles now. I think it's time for the most important part of the evening, a few questions. And of course, we have the bosses who will give you the answers, but try to keep your questions as relevant as possible so that, we don't waste a lot of time on this. Let's go ahead. I'm going to activate your unmute option. All right, perfect. Now you can unmute yourself one at a time, and please ask your questions. And if you don't want to ask your questions and you want to type it in the chat box, you can still do so, and I'll read the questions out. But however, if you want to ask your questions, please go ahead one at a time. We're ready to take in questions. Any questions, please? No questions? Please unmute yourself if you're asking a question.
Hi, this is Shyam here.
Hi, Mr. Ram.
Yeah, I wanted to know if there's any students special concessions for college goers or teenagers for the entire tour.
You wanted to know if students have a concession in the tour. If you're doing an expo tour for students or university group, you wanted to know what is the concession?
No, the entire package. The entry ticket, of course, they are having, as you had shown it in your presentation.
Correct.
But, the entire tour, if they get some concession to expo for their exposures.
I think I'll take this question, Mr. Colin Conrad. The expo tickets are free any which ways for students or university students as long as you have a student ID card. That's what we just saw in the presentation. But when it comes to other land packages, concessions are applicable depending on the season you plan your group and the size of the group it is. We can always work out concessions for students.
Yeah.
Even try, if you have a big number, we can definitely work out with the authorities and see what best we can do in order to get you a better deal with that group.
Okay. Fine.
I hope the question is answered.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Sachin Bafna from Bafna Holidays.
Hi, Sachin.
Is this e-tickets for Expo?
I think Conrad or Mr. Paul, anyone would like to take this? E-tickets for Expo.
The tickets, Sachin, will be issued electronically, but it's biometric led. So when you have the ticket also issued to you, your biometrics will be captured at the gate.
Okay.
And then it is valid from there on.
Okay, good.
So if you're asking, it's not a paper ticket that you cut and you go inside. It's your pass, and then they will take your biometric, it gets attached.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Sachin. Any other questions, please?
Yes.
Yes, Shilpa, go ahead.
Hi. I am Shilpa from Eastern Travels, and I wanted to know if you have anything in particular, like if I want to sell the expo to my clients, then how do I go about? I mean, is there any kind of a criteria that for wellness we have this, for management we have this, or for any particular business like sustainability or opportunity. In that way, if it is addressed that way, that this is all that we have in all the three pavilions, so all kinds and different types of business travelers can be addressed. So we can approach such companies who are into, like, say, waste management or things like that.
Okay, so Shilpa, I think what you need to understand is the expo is knowledge based, but it is also entertainment. So it's difficult to tell you that it's meant for one particular industry, because as part of the knowledge base, 192 countries, 192 pavilions, each pavilion will showcase a different aspect and multiple aspects. So for example, India Pavilion, which is a 4-story building, is being designed and built by FICCI on behalf of the government of India. They are not stalls. There are no stalls selling something or a particular wear or a product. There's nobody wearing a suit and a lanyard and exchanging business card. So at the India Pavilion, several aspects of India will be showcased: space exploration, information technology, heritage and culture, industry and commerce, and it will all be done through LED panels, artificial intelligence, interactive displays, touchscreen displays. All of that will be revealed. We still don't have access to all the information. So as it develops, there will be a Dubai Expo app. There will be more content that will be disseminated. But right now, we cannot tell you that these are the industries that, you can talk to the food processing industry to come and have a look at this, or you can talk to the petrochemical industry to have a look at this, right? Because there are so many things. So I think what you should look at is across the board, talk to leisure travelers, MICE travelers, VFR segment, and talk to your corporate clients about how they can take the opportunity to visit Dubai to learn about the changes in the global environment, right? It's not about a specific industry that you're going to promote. So you can't say that I'm going to talk to the petrochemicals industry because I want them to go and visit this particular section of Dubai Expo. It's not configured for that sort of understanding.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Shilpa. Any other questions, please? Anyone with a question? If you have a question.
I can see Darpan Shah has put his hand up.
Okay. Darpan, would you like to ask a question? No, I don't think. Darpan, would you like to ask a question? No? Okay. Anyone else who has a question? I have a few questions in the chat box. Let me just see what we have in the chat box.
Hello, Deepak here.
Okay. Hi, Deepak. Where do we?
Hi.
Oh, yeah.
From Dhruv World Tours, Bangalore.
Hey, hi, Deepak. Tell me.
Suppose as a tourist, this expo is a huge 190 countries. So how many days you need to actually browse through the expo?
Okay. So Deepak, the entire site of Dubai Expo is twice the size of Monaco.
Yeah.
Which is very large, right?
Yeah.
It is like, I don't want to compare products, but it is extremely, how should I say it, significant that you would never be able to take in everything. It's like going to Disneyland and you cannot just take every single ride that you want and every single attraction will be seen, right? So
yes, right.
It'll never be possible to do everything unless you're there for 6 months and you go every day, or unless you're there
right.
several weeks on end.
Unless you are a resident.
Unless you're a resident, right? So, and you have the 30-day pass. Even then, I think you'll still have a lot left unexplored, even after the 30 days. You probably have to buy one more. So my suggestion is when you're selling the expo itinerary, you need to understand as a travel agent what is the passenger's interest or what is your customer's interest. If it's a husband, wife, and 2 kids, then, and if the kids are small, then you might have to take into account that you cannot make them go through all the pavilions, whether it is whether it is sustainability, mobility, or for that matter, opportunity. India is in opportunity. United States is in mobility, right? It will be very difficult for them to go to India, then US, and then come down to the sustainability and do it all in the same day.
Yeah.
So you will have to cherry pick, and this information will come out from us in due course on the Dubai Expo website, on the app, and from us. It will be disseminated in due course. But you will have to cherry pick the itineraries and the products. So you may say, okay, this is a husband, wife, and 2 kids. This is their 6-day itinerary of Dubai. I'm going to schedule a visit to Dubai Expo on day 2 after they've settled into their hotel. And on day 2, I'm going to show them India and some extremely great, amazing opportunities on this day have come out in terms of parades, firework display. I know that this family wants to check the restaurant that is being cooked, or the food is being cooked by robots and being served by robots. That also is there as amongst the 200 odd restaurants.
Okay.
And my suggestion is that you really need to look at all these aspects before you create a generic itinerary. So let it be more tailor-made. If it is a group of 4 friends, right?
Yeah.
Men and women mixed, and 4 friends or 6 friends going, then you can give in maybe the concert and find out on which day what concert, whether it's a musical band from India, or is it coming from the United States or Canada or Japan, or where maybe they might want to attend that in the evening. And so you might restructure their itinerary to say that instead of 1 full day, let's do 3 half days.
Correct.
So you really need to keep in touch with the Dubai Expo website, the app, and of course we'll keep disseminating content. But that's the ideal way to plan it.
Okay. When will the complete information be out?
Well, it will come out in bits and pieces. We are hopeful that as we go forward, at least by the first week of August or September, we should have a fairly robust calendar that we could send out to everyone.
Now, you will be sharing, or we have to look at the website?
Do keep in touch with the website, but of course we will also be sharing as we get PDF files. We'll be distributing PDF files. So Hello Dubai and Jeetu and his team will have the access to those PDF files, and he would distribute them to all of you as well. We'll also be distributing it through the associations. We're tying up with TAI, with TAFI, with SCOL, and several other associations.
Okay. For a 2-day visit to the expo, you will be giving a 1-month pass or just a 2-day pass?
So there is a 1-day pass, and then there's a 30-day pass. But the 30-day is good enough. You'll recover the money in just 2 visits.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Deepak. I have a question in the chat. Do the expos such as foodie, architecture, families have their own specific dates? I think yes, they do have their specific dates lined up in the calendar.
Sorry, Jitu, I didn't get you.
Do the expo such as, the themes such as foodie, architecture, family visits, do they have specific dates during the expo, or is it available all throughout 6 months?
The parades are there almost on a daily basis, the fireworks as well. But certain, and the restaurants, the 200 odd optional restaurants are there every day of the expo. But if you're talking about specific, exhibits, that is there throughout every day. But there might be conferences that are on specific dates. There might be performances on specific dates. That will come in the calendar.
Perfect. I have another question from Travel Axie. What about transfers? Will there be a free shuttle service or paid transfer is available?
So there are transfers being scheduled and
Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so there are shuttle transfers, Jitu and everyone else on this platform that are being planned. The routes are being planned from across Dubai to come to Dubai Expo. If you are looking at shuttle buses, but I think the most convenient would be to take the metro, the faster, quicker, and you'd get to see a lovely skyline of Dubai as you travel along.
Perfect. Thank you. There's another question from a travel partner who's asking, in case if it's a one-day pass, ideally how many pavilions a client can visit, and how long does it take usually for a pavilion to finish?
Depends on how fast one walks and how fast one browses, but I think a one day would not be sufficient to take in everything. You really need to choose the places. So for example, if I were to go, I would want to see India, but I'd also want to see the Hyperloop. So I'd find a way somehow to make my way quickly from one end to the other. But it all depends. There might be some people who are interested in how farming can be done on vertical farms or in the desert in sand. There might be others who are more interested in space exploration and how you can communicate with aliens and want to visit the UK pavilion, and all of those sort of aspects. Someone may want more to imbibe more of the history and culture of the UAE and therefore want to be at the UAE pavilion for a larger perspective. There might be some who might just want to be in awe inspired by the Al Wasl pavilion or the dome, because the Al Wasl is going to be the center of Dubai Expo, and the Al Wasl dome will be to Dubai Expo what the Eiffel Tower was to the Expo when it was held in France. So many people don't know that the Eiffel Tower was built and completed to be on schedule with the World Expo in Paris, and that is why Dubai chose the Al Wasl experience to give that experience in that environment. And so that will be a wow factor for Dubai for generations to come. So some people may just want to spend more time there. So it really cannot answer that question directly.
No, thank you. Thank you for the convincing answer, though. Do you have any other questions, ladies and gentlemen? I have 2 or 3 questions which is related to DMC activities, and I'll answer them. But before that, if you have any questions related to the Expo. Anyone who has a question for the Expo, and if you don't question for the Expo.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello, Deepak here again.
Yes, Deepak.
It seems there is a lot to learn for the students.
Okay.
So if the students want to visit and see many things, say in the 15 days or so, so is there any best stay offers can we get?
Well, if you're talking about stay offers from a DMC point of view, yes, there could be a lot of opportunities and good offers available in the market. Depends how early we book them. And that's when it comes to the Expo part of it, anyways, I mean, it's free. So they have access to the Expo.
Yeah, because I can see for students, there is a lot to gain from this.
Wow. No, thank you. Thank you for showing your interest. But yes, from a DMC perspective, we can surely work out real good packages if you try and plan well in advance. Usually the problem comes up only when you have last minute requirements. By then, I mean, the market is full, promotions are, there are a lot of people traveling during the closer dates to the Expo. So if you plan something for a group or for students or anything well in advance, then yes, surely we can work out something.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Any other questions, ladies and gentlemen? Any other questions? Okay, well, if you don't have any other questions, I think it's time we can say thank you to all of you. But all right, I'll just go with 2 quick questions that's asked for. I mean, it's put to me. Are there any hotels tied up with special rates? Every hotel would offer special rates for the Expo because everyone needs business just as much as you do and I do and everyone else does. Like I said at the start of the program, we've all been parked for a very long time. So it's time for us to get to the runway and take off. So everyone is expecting a lot of business. Everyone wants to do a lot of stuff. Yes, there are hotels. Almost every hotel will work something really good for you if you have something planned well in advance. There's another question that you asked me. Okay, the one-day pavilion is done. Transfers. What about hotel inside the Expo? Well, if you're talking about hotel inside the expo, as far as my knowledge is concerned, I think I know there's only one hotel that's opening up, which is Grove. And if you think you're going to promote the hotel within the expo pavilions, I think it's going to be very expensive and you'll hardly find rooms because most of the government delegates and most of the officials would occupy that space first. So ideally, I mean, it would be better if you could look for hotels on Sheikh Zayed Road or even downtown or maybe Bardubai. It's still fine because it's not too far. It's just about 45 minutes, 40 minutes drive. The roads are real good. You really reach very fast, much more than what you would have thought. So I think how much time is required to complete the entire expo? It's 30 days. The pass is valid for 30 days. So I mean, depends how long you want to spend at the expo. If any client wants to, okay, that's okay. Are these rates given available on the direct website of Expo if a client wants to book direct? Sonal, are you there, Sonal?
I am here, Jitu.
Yes, Sonal. You mean to say you're asking me about the ticket rates, right? The Expo ticket?
Yeah, so I mean, at times clients, they go up to the website and check themselves and figure out what the rate is. I'm talking about individual. Groups is separate, but an individual client, if he wants to go, at times they just go up the website and check. So will the price be the same as what they have and what we would have? Is what my question was also.
Carl, your call.
Sorry, Jitu, you said you wanted me to answer this question?
Yes, you wanted to know if the prices would be the same on the website or would agents get a different price?
Okay, so the price on the website is 95 dirhams for a single pass, a single day pass, and 195 for a 30-day pass. Now, a person can go online and buy it at that rack rate or at the gate at a rack rate. For travel agents and tour operators, I would suggest that you buy it from the DMC, like Hello Dubai or Bin Ali, and because they would have contracted rates. So just like any other attraction, whether it's the Dubai frame or whether it's Ski Dubai or Dubai Parks and Resorts, there is the rack rate, and then there would be access to another rate that the DMCs in Dubai would have contracted, depending on their contracting with Dubai Expo Sales Department.
Okay. Thanks, Carl.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Mr. Carl. Thank you so much for your time. Thanks, Conrad, for that wonderful presentation. Now, before all of you close this meeting window and sign off, I'd just like to say a few words to all of you out there. A genuine thank you to you wonderful partners who've joined, who've signed up, who've come in and attended this presentation at such a short notice. And we know that creating the best travel experiences for your clients is not always an easy job, although you make it seem so effortless. But thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for your dedication. Thank you for those early mornings, late nights, long calls, and those trail emails, with 39, 40 emails on one quotation. Thank you for those dreams that you actually created. Thank you for working with us to change the way people actually see the world and see Dubai. And we know this is indeed a challenging time for the entire travel industry, for all of us. But please accept our sincere appreciation for your continued support, for your continued kindness, and for your continued understanding. It is difficult now, but we know that together we will get through this stronger than ever. We can't wait to continue making travel dreams a reality together. In the meantime, we are never more than a call, email, or even a live chat away. So let's connect soon. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening once again, and I wish you a happy week ahead. So if there's anything, you can always